and welcome back to another video. And so today we're going to be discussing real quick the changes that have been made to the official website for patch 6.0 or Endwalker. So they came out with the website a few months ago when Endwalker was first announced, and I've been making a few updates here and there, but here is really like the first major changes that we've seen so far. So we are back here on the official website. If you want to know where it is, you can either go to the logstone where it is posted right there, but I'll be sure to put a link down below. So here we are, and we have the logo in front of the full moon here, which is gorgeous. I love that effect. But let's go ahead and see what changes they've made since then. So the new story. Endwalker brings the tale of Hydaelyn and Zodiark to the conclusion, eons in the making. To unravel its mysteries and conquer its challenges will be no common feat. May these records of key figures, looming adversaries, and lands yet untraveled serve you well. I love that they did that. So we have the official poster work here. We see all the major characters that are going to be playing a huge role in Endwalker. As you can see, not all of them seem to be heroes, because we have Xenos mixed in as well. We have this mysterious lady in white standing here at the top. I actually did a few videos on who I think she is, so if you want to see that, go ahead and check that out below. But yeah, so Endwalker, yet shadowed by their triumph in the first, the warrior of light and scions of the seventh dawn are home at last. An even greater calamity than refugent oblivion may be building in their absence, however. A second advent of the final days. Should all despair, the meodic conflicts that now ravage the land cannot be foretoken an end to life in the source. Take heart in the faith of those who walk beside you and journey ever higher to the very stars above. So here you can actually go to the story so far, and really what this is just mostly talking about the story up until now. So we have a realm reborn, and we continue moving downward. We have Heaven's Ward, Stormblood, and of course Shadowbringers. So Endwalker brings the tale of Hydaelyn and Zodiark to the conclusion. Here, there we go. Okay. So what this is just really kind of going back to all of the other expansions, just reflecting on the adventures that we've taken so far and everything else. So if you want to go ahead and look through that at your own pace, that's entirely up to you. I myself know the story very well by now, so I don't really need to go through all of that. So, and besides, this is really just focusing on all the new information that we have towards Endwalker. So here we are at the New Horizon, so that will be coming up in just a moment. So we have, so far, these are all the places that we are going to be traveling to for the expansion. So normally how this works is that we get 6 new areas with every expansion, plus 2 other cities. So here we actually have the 2 cities revealed to us, as well as at least 3 of the main locations that we're going to. So let's go ahead and have a quick look at that. So we'll start with Old Sharlayan. So this is going to be the next city that we're going to, kind of like how we had Ishgard, Kugane, and the Crystarium. In Sokun, in a lonely northern archipelago and ever blessed by the wise allspices of Thaliak, the gleaming white edifices of this city stand at the center of Sharlayan society. First among many dedicated to the pursuit of knowledge and scientific advancements in the studium, the world's most prestigious place of learning. So this here is just going to be the artwork, but already you can tell how gorgeous it is. It kind of brings me home to like that Roman, Greece kind of feel to it. It actually looks a little bit like The Mist now that I think about it. And all you need to do is click on this down here. This will actually take you to see the trailer for New Old Sharlayan, and you can watch that at your leisure. Okay, so back here up on the map, and let's have a quick look at Labyrinthinos. So this is going to be another part of the artwork, and it is huge, and it's gorgeous too. I never saw the artwork for it till now. And I actually have a few theories about what this place could be as well. Again, you can check out my previous videos about that. But yes, Labyrinthinos. Yep, deep below the streets of Old Sharlayan lies a vast subterranean environment created as a repertory for tomes and treatises on every subject imaginable. Gathered from all corners of the world to protect the priceless and irreplaceable, the climate of Labyrinthinos is ethereally regulated. Wow, so that's actually the first bit of information that we actually have about this place. So it is confirmed to be directly below Sharlayan. Well, that just makes my theories on what this place is seem a little bit more believable. So, we do have a few pictures, it looks like. Whoop, didn't mean to do that. But you can also go through here and check on the trailer for that particular area as well. Okay, so back here we have Garlemald. We'll start with Garlemald next. And I'm just sure that they have plenty of other pictures here. And in fact, let's have a quick look at some of those. Yep, here we go. So these are just the ruined city of Garlemald, or what's left of it, I'm guessing. Yeah, not exactly pretty. But Garlemald, despite being situated on the frozen plains of northern Ishabar, the imperial capital overcame the natural disadvantages of its location and many a further obstacle facing the empire, with the power of Magitech. The rise of this burgeoning industry spurred rapid urban development in recent decades, until the sprawling metropolis was brought to its knees by civil war. Now, the once proud jewel of the empire is a sea of desolation. So as you can see from these pictures, it really does look like a complete mess. I really don't know how much is going to be left of Garlemald by the time that this is all through, but I think it's safe to say that the city itself is pretty much destroyed. Okay, and next up is going to be Thannar. So Thannar is kind of like more Middle Eastern. I get like a big India feel from it. So in the bounty southeastern waters lie the Isle of Thannar, where tropical coastline soon gives way to dense rainforest, though the intense heat and sweltering humidity remain much the same. The region is known as a rich source of the magically infused stone giant skull, and the distinctive violet glow from its rocky outcrops lingers in the memories of visitors long after they depart its shores. So, out of all the places, this is by far the most colorful, and I'm sure you'll see more about that once we get to Razat-Han. So let's have a quick look here. So this looks like some sort of temple, or rather like the city itself. It's gorgeous, like so much bright colors. It definitely gives me kind of an Indian feel for it, especially with the statue there with the multiple armed elephant. I love that statue. It looks fantastic. I kind of get a feel like that's going to be moving at some point, like maybe during a dungeon or something, and that maybe these are all traps alongside of it. I think that's cool though. And I really like this feeling here because this is actually, you can see the statues of the dancers, and that's where Dancer originally came from after all, so I have some wonderful feelings. We're going to be getting a lot of lore for the Dancer. And of course, you can always go right down through here to watch the trailer where you can actually see them walking around the area. Okay, and of course we have the one last place, which is Razat-Han, which is in Thannar. And I love this picture because it just looks so unnatural. It looks like it's being held up by magic or something, and it's just so brightly colored. I'm sure you can see that from miles away. Now, Razat-Han, we've heard about this plenty of times throughout the story. This bustling city on the near eastern Isle of Thannar is renowned for a prestigious trading hub and the birthplace of alchemy. Over the course of its storied history, it has produced countless influential figures and ingenious creations that have since made their way to distant shores. Perched atop a massive pillar of rock, its ornate buildings boast vibrant hues rivaled only by those of its locally produced textiles. So I'm really looking forward to seeing this place. It's like right smack in the middle of a rainforest. And we've heard about this place so often. I was really hoping that we get a chance to visit it. And of course, just like with the others, you just need to click down here and you can actually see the walkthrough trailer of what it's all going to look like in the game. Okay, so that's everything involving the new areas that we know so far. I'm pretty sure that we're going to be getting at least 3 more locations. One, of course, is going to be the moon, which is Mare Lantorium. Though its name may conjure images of the briny deep, this region of the moon is awash with naught but arid basalt. As it's as far from the devoid of interest, however, as the origin and purpose of the apparently artifactual structures spotted on its surface have yet to be as certain. And you can actually go through here to be able to watch the trailer too. But this is definitely going to be one of the new areas as well. It is the moon. You can see the Earth in the background, and we have an aetheryte crystal, and we're actually going to space. How many games actually let you go off into space like this, like in a fantasy game? Well, apart from Final Fantasy, I mean. Okay, and so we also have the new tribes. We have the Arcasadora and the Loporets. I hope I say those right. Like the other Matanga people, the Arcasadora resemble the great Miadid both in appearance and brawn. They are indigenous to the Isle of Thannar and the founded of the city-states of Razat-Han, together with the Al-Ra and Huel migrants. Did not know that until now. That's cool. Their bulky frames belied the deftness at hand, and their thirst for knowledge has led many to pursue mastery of the alchemic arts. So I'm getting a kind of crafting tribe vibe from these guys. I hope so. I was wondering if we were going to get another one of those. And of course we have the Loporets, which are very small in stature compared to these guys. The Orsian myth tells of a curious wanderer known as the Naming Way, descended from the unknown people that traveled to the realm from the moon. So the Loporets appear to have much in common with that being of legend, though questions regarding their current whereabouts and much else besides remains unanswered. So it looks like these guys may actually be figures from the moon as well, like we'd be able to go to the moon and actually meet these guys, maybe somewhere deep underground or something like that, which actually is a good idea because we would have a reason to go back to the moon once the game's over. Okay, so we're going down here to the new jobs. So we have two of them. We're going to have the healer of the Sage, which Alphino is going to become. And we have the new DPS as the Reaper. And if you click on either one of these, you can actually get a lot more information either. So let's go for the Sage first. Yep, and that's going to be the new symbol there, like on the Soul Stones. So let's start down here. Here we go. So the nation of Sharlayan is the cradle of knowledge, and the Studium is foremost institution of learning. Yet more so than its incomparable library and formidable assembles of archons, this prestigious academy is famed for blending traditionally distinctive fields to produce revolutionary new disciples. Among these, perhaps the most distinguished is an altruistic art which draws upon the wisdom of etherology, sorcery, and medicine. Dubbed Somenartex, the art seeks to heal and protect by manipulating corporeal ether through the use of Nonles, a flying array of foci. Practitioners are dedicated to the betterment of mankind, and for their wisdom and compassion, eventually came to be known simply as sages. So this is going to be a really, really interesting job, and I think we are going to be able to go back to Sharlayan to be able to unlock it. I mean, I'm sure that we'll be going back to Sharlayan even after the game is over. And we kind of suspected that it did hail originally from Sharlayan, but it's really cool. It's a very special job that was created by Sharlayan. So that looks like everything that we know about it for right now. But if you come down here, you can actually get more information, more pictures, the trailer, and basically more information about the job in general. Okay, so moving back up here to the Reaper. I love that picture, like he just looks so ghostly. Okay, so the Garlean forebears were once humble farmers who made their home among the sun-drenched fields of southern Ishabar. That was until they were driven from this paradise by invaders wielding arcane magics. Forced north into the frigid mountains, the survivors sought a means to tap into the reservoir of ether otherwise closed to them. A daring few found their answer within the void, binding themselves to its creatures to gain voidborn power fed by the souls of the slain. Once more they took up their scythes, this time to reap a crimson harvest. Wow, really interesting. So it looks like this is a job specifically from Golimal, and so with this we can actually be able to use scythes to summon a void sense, bind it to us, who apparently is a soul of the fallen, which is kind of creepy there in and of itself. But yeah, we can actually go ahead and fight with Avatar of Destruction right beside us. So we have the picture down here, as well as the trailer of what it's going to look like in battle. And it looks like such an interesting job. It just looks so dark and creepy. In fact, it almost makes me think that maybe it should have come out during Shadowbringers. I think it would have been a perfect way to go through Shadowbringers as a Reaper. Okay, so I think we're nearing the end. So let's go ahead and see what else that we have real quick. Oh, we have the new systems, as well as the long-awaited male Vieira playable race. So we actually have the pictures down here. We have some fan arts of what these guys look like, as well as the trailer of what they will look like in the game. So for the male Vieira, of tall stature and slender frame, the Vieira's physical appearance is strikingly similar to that of the Hura and Elizen, save for the distinctive long ears. Altering to a strict code known as the Green Word, they are prohibited from contact with the outside world under threat of exile. Their society is purely matriarchal, and males of age are seldom, if ever, found within the boundaries of any village. They instead serve as protectors of the wood from the shadows, that no evil may ever encroach on their sacred lands. So that's the reason why, up till now, there haven't been any male Vieira specifically in the game, why we've only ever had female Vieira. Now, they were saying up till now they weren't ever planning on having any male Viera in the game, but there was such a big demand for it that they decided, hey, what the heck. So it looks like this is one of last two races that are going to be added to the game, save for the female Roughgar. So the female Roughgar have been promised that they are going to be coming on, but perhaps much later in the game, maybe even after Endwalker. So just keep an eye on that. But otherwise, that does look like just about everything. So it is going to be on sale starting November 23rd. However, you can pre-order it for any one of these plan systems here, and you can actually play it as early as the 19th. So until then, I think that we can go ahead and just keep an eye on this, because it is going to keep on changing, adding more information as we get closer and closer to Endwalker. But yeah, that's everything that we have so far, everything that was revealed to us, and it looks fantastic. Everything I've seen so far is amazing, and I cannot wait for Endwalkers. It's still about, I would say, around 4 months away, so we still got plenty of time to have to wait around, like play through the game, just get everything that we want done so that we can go ahead and enjoy it. But anyway, everyone, that's it for right now. I'll be sure to go ahead and do more updates the closer that we get to Endwalkers and the more information that we learn. But otherwise, this is Fantasy Girl signing out.